we have some massage tutorials for couples out there, how to do massages for your loved ones. So follow along to these massages. Let's get started. You want to go on your stomach? So this one's going to be a gliding technique. Go to the side of the spine with your hands and just go from the tailbone all the way up to the head. You're gonna be in a stance and you're just gonna lean in and just drag this all the way up towards the head, doing about 10 to 15 strokes, going from the bottom all the way to the head. After you apply a little bit of oil, you're just gonna go up and down. My fingertips, they're gonna aim all the way up to the base of the head, and I'm gonna slightly push into this person's head, right by the base of the ear, and then I'm gonna come all the way down by the tailbone. I'm gonna sink in a little bit, and then I'm gonna apply some pressure, pushing up towards their head as I lean down. Slightly cat paw strokes. After you've done 10 repetitions on one side, then you're gonna go to the other side. So now the other technique, after you've done the 10 strokes from each side, left and right, you're then gonna apply hand pressure into the opposite direction. So fingertips go towards your head, other side of the fingertips go towards your feet. Start on one aspect of the head, then you're gonna go into the lower portion. So what I'm doing is I'm going further and further away from each other with my hands. This is gonna help to stretch this person's spine. Last technique is I'm gonna be pushing the head in one direction and the tailbone in the opposite direction. And you're gonna hold it for about 10 to 15 seconds. So those are the basic techniques, each side of the spine, and then bring your hands in opposite directions, going from up high all the way to down low, then go up high and down low, and that is how you can release somebody's spine with very gentle massage techniques. How'd that feel?
Very relaxing.
It feels very relaxing. Apply coconut oil, olive oil, any of your cooking oils should work. Don't use too much oil because you're not gonna get much skin traction. So just use mild amounts of oil. Now, the next technique I'm gonna show you is you're gonna push onto the head and push onto the same side or opposite heel bone. And then I'm gonna go just by their kneecap, head tractions to opposite direction. In the knee, you're gonna traction the opposite way. Just trying to help traction the thigh bone away from the hip bone. And then you're tractioning the spine by applying upwards pressure of the head. This gets a good sense if there's any twist in their leg. And it also can help with any kind of hip or glute discomfort. Now the next one is going to be applying pressure on the opposite side sit bone, while your top side hand is going to be by the middle back region, applying a little bit of pressure and then pushing upwards on their spine, while you're going to push on the opposite side glute bone in towards their feet. So let me show you. Make sure that you're getting a good suction with your hand and that you're pushing in opposite directions. Each part of your fingertip needs to get a nice traction on towards the skin. This is gonna help with creating that stretching effect or that decompression effect. So, push, push. So now I'm gonna show you different techniques now. Can I have you go onto your back? Here's how you can stretch your loved one's neck. Place both of your hands underneath their head. Turn their head to one side, that way they're just gently resting on your arm, so it's really easy to lift them up and down. Then with your fingertips, just interlaced by their head, as you can see here, spread your fingertips apart. You're then going to just slightly tuck their chin into their throat by applying pressure on their head. Your other hand is just gonna cup into their arm, and then you're just gonna try to separate your hands just enough to feel a stretch. Then, since you can lift their head up and down, you're gonna lift it up, and then you're gonna turn their head and their nose towards that same side shoulder where your hand is on. And you're gonna do this 3 to 10 times. Apply pressure with their body, twist and turn, and then slowly pivot and turn just like you see here. That is how you can relieve a lot of neck and shoulder tightness, is with that massage stretch. Now I'm gonna show you on the opposite side. Now to finish off the technique, place your hands together and then curl your fingertips along the back of their neck just to pull on their head, and you're gonna pull just enough as you lean backwards just to see their feet kind of flip upwards. So fingertips together, thumb meet together, and then you're gonna lean your whole body back. Take a deep breath in. So all I do is I'm applying pressure with my fingertips, either with my index finger or my thumb, and I'm just turning it and pushing it. So it's gonna be really gentle, and I push like that. And then you can feel and hear a little bit of a click. That's just the joint moving. And it should not be uncomfortable. Now I'm gonna show you guys a technique on how you guys can reduce any of the neck rounding or upper back hump that a lot of people have with this little massage technique. Your fingertips are gonna push up into the hump area, just like so. You can see how her neck goes like this. Then I'm gonna squeeze my hands together, and then all I'm gonna do is just lean back while I'm pushing up. I'm gonna do this about 3 to 10 times. It might be a little bit uncomfortable, but it's just a temporary discomfort. Up, push up, and then lean back, up and lean back. So doing that 3 to 10 times, over time I have found can help reduce that neck hump that you see in a lot of people's upper back. It does not help with the function of their spine, but it also does not look the best. Is hang your head off the edge of your bed, just like so. Over time, gravity is gonna work to help stretch the neck. You also need to make sure your ribs are pushed down. And then you could look up towards the sky. That will help right there. So now I'm gonna show you how you can pop somebody's back. You're gonna place their hands in a hug position. And then I'm gonna roll her over just like this, bending her knees, that way she can just roll into you. And then you're gonna try to flatten their spine by kind of tucking them towards you. And then I place my hands by the middle of their back, going like this. After I've done that, I'm gonna apply some pressure by coming over them a little bit, just like so. And then I kind of step up a little bit and lunge, and I go just like that. That is how you can pop someone's back safely. There are risks associated with that, but that can definitely help. So let me show you again. If I want to reduce their rounding in their upper back, I bring their elbows up higher by their upper back. I roll them towards me as I get closer to their upper back. I'm gonna place my hand right by her upper back and her lower neck. This one, I'm actually gonna lift up her head and I'm gonna control her head. I'm gonna lean over. So then I had to apply a lot of force just to move her joints. So now I'm gonna have you drop this down. So now I'm gonna show you guys how to massage someone's arm. All right, so with this one, I'm gonna show you how to massage someone's forearm and their wrist. All you gotta do is bring your fingertips by their forearm, and then you're going to grab their fingers and just bring them in opposite directions. And then you gotta make sure you look deep into their eyes too. Just to make sure you're also not applying too much pressure. What I'm doing is I'm trying to separate the joints from her fingertips. So now that I've done this, then I'm gonna bring her arm closer together, and then I'm just gonna separate it. And I'm gonna do this about 10 to 20 times. So now I'm gonna place one hand on the arm, one hand on the forearm. As I bend her elbows, I'm then just gonna separate my fingers. It might hurt a little bit, so use oil as necessary. And again, all you're doing is kind of piecing everything together and you're pulling this apart. This can help with someone's elbow. This also is really good for people because we use our phones a lot. We use our computers a lot as well, so everybody really needs some love in their forearms and their wrist. Same thing with the hands, just go up into the palms and you're pretty much just pushing and separating those two body parts away from each other. Now the same thing goes with working up into their arm. You're gonna squeeze the 2 points together and then just slowly put pressure away into their pecs and their armpit region. Now that one can be a little bit uncomfortable, but it does work really, really well. How do you feel?
Relief.
She feels relieved now. She's gonna massage my back, doing the same tutorials that we were showing earlier. Now I'm gonna go on my stomach. Can you just push up and down my back? That feels great. So she's doing a good job. She's doing a good job because she's on the sides of my spine and she's just trying to push the muscles away from the bones, which when in doubt is usually pretty relieving for most people. She's going from the lower back all the way to the upper back. And then she's applying pretty firm pressure, and I can tell she's using her whole body.
I'm gonna go on the other side.
Okay. And then as the person who's getting the massage, just try to take deep breaths in and out the entire time, and that's gonna also help with the technique of the massage. Massage is great for temporary relief from tightness. Yeah, that feels good. The lower back gets so much pressure. Right by the waistline is where a lot of people get pain, right here, and then also right where she's working now. So she's doing a good job. She's standing in front of my head and she's pushing all the stuff away from my head. That feels good. That's a good one too. When in doubt, you could start from the head and push to the tailbone, and then you could just come on back up to the head. You could use a fist, you could use a forearm too if your hands are tired. Really anything that kind of helps push the fluid out of the area when in doubt feels really good. Kind of like, you know how you try to clean and scrub your dishes, try to clean your car with your own soap and hands or a sponge. That's really what you're doing towards your skin and everything that's underneath your skin. Thank you, baby. And then if you can also get pops in their joints if you just apply a little bit of pressure and then a quick little push. Sometimes you can get their joints and bones to pop a little bit, but you have to be careful not to hurt their ribs, so make sure you stay close to their spine. I definitely recommend if you guys don't have a massage table, just buy a massage table, keep it on your porch, and just do this outside with your romantic person, and I promise you guys will benefit, get a lot closer. This feels good. Yeah, that feels good. She's pushing all the way to like my front pocket. That feels pretty good. And you honestly only need to do it even for 3 to 5 minutes. It helps a lot. When people come to see me as the chiropractor, you know, even a little bit of hands-on body work goes a long way. Sometimes I only spend 3 minutes with a person and they feel a lot better just after 3 minutes. It's not necessarily fixing an issue, but it's just giving people temporary relief, which is typically better than an over-the-counter pain medications. All she has to do for my neck is just pull on my head. So you're gonna tell the person, just kind of place your palms by my head and neck. Yeah. So all she's doing is just kind of pulling and then leaning back with her fingertips are kind of by my spine, and then she just grabs on my head and pulls it. It feels good. You're mainly using your body. You're not really trying to use your hands too much. And you don't really have to be too specific. You could just be really general and just grab some muscle and just kind of grip onto it with a decent amount of pressure, but not too much to where you're shaking. And then if you just lean back, that's really all you got to do. So the other technique is pretty much try to grab my head, and then you can bring my left ear to my left shoulder. You kind of, almost like, yeah, there you go. So then you can just grab, you can just gently kind of slightly stretch their neck. Yeah, even if you just kind of tilt it to the side like how she's doing, you're just tilting it to the side, and that's pretty much all you got to do, and then go to the other side. It'll give enough of relief of stretch into their trap muscles, which will help make them feel a lot better. And then tilt my head the other side. I'm gonna grab it. So this stretches one angle, and then you're pretty much going from the ear to the shoulder and just applying downward pressure. And then you're here, keep my head here, but just turn my nose and my chin to the left. Other direction. Yeah, there you go. There you go. And then this will get a different stretch. There is a lot of things in the neck that can make this area sensitive, but if you still apply light pressure, it's typically fine. Most people can tolerate it. Nice partner massage.
It's what?
It's a nice partner massage. That feels good. Alright guys, there you have it. There's how you can massage your partner's back and how you can safely pop their back to give them some back pain relief. Hope you guys like it. We have plenty more videos to come.